Welcome to my afternoon in the redwoods, hiking in the hills of Oakland, the beautiful redwoods that nestle us in the San Francisco Valley in California. I'm inviting you into an afternoon where I'm taking in the fresh air that's available here and just taking some time to breathe in nature and unplug a little. Despite being a Tantra teacher, I feel like I spend a lot of time, like I'm sure many of you do, plugged into my computer. And as I was dropping in and being still in the forest, I was thinking about all of you, actually, and why I am working as hard as I am to share the gifts of Tantra with the world. And I've taken off the makeup today, and I'm not dressed in anything fancy. You're just getting the real me. To talk about why I believe Tantra matters in the world. And I'm reaching out because when I started my journey in Tantra, I had done years of therapy and personal growth work, which were all so helpful for me. But when I discovered Tantra, it really blew my life wide open. And it helped me to find ways to love myself, to be with myself, to heal myself in ways and places I hadn't experienced before. And I'd been looking for a way to give back in the world. And when I learned Tantra and received my own healing, I was like, this is it. I feel like I've spent my whole life preparing for this, with lots of time in the corporate world learning how to run a business and how to meet deadlines and be pretty organized. But it's so interesting looking at what goes into creating all the bliss of Tantra for you all. It's a lot of hard slug in the background. And I was sitting in the redwoods today, lying on some trees and then walking through the forest itself and just coming back to why. I really believe Tantra is there to help bring love into each and every person's life. It's a practice. There are many. This is one that's really, really worked for me. It's had amazing results in my life. It's opened up connections and possibilities and really shifted my whole world around. It's changed the place I live. It's changed the kinds of relationships I have. It's changed the way I relate to myself, the way I love my body, the way I express my sexuality. And I was remembering back to all those years ago when I first birthed the vision to come and share these gifts with the world. It was just a little dream in those days, and now I'm turning it into a reality. So I wanted you to know I'm thinking of you on this walk and coming back to the real reasons why Tantra is important to me. That's why I spend hours on Facebook marketing and sharing with you what's available. And some people may not agree with how publicly I put this work out there, but I think it's so necessary and so worthwhile. I know there are those of you that are really, really hungry for the kinds of connections that are possible, that are lonely and isolated or feeling disconnected from yourself or dissatisfied with your work or the relationships you're having in your world. I came for this walk in the forest for me. And now I feel like I'm walking not only for me, but to remind me why I get up every day and share my work with the world with you. I invite you to join me, whether you want to do it virtually on Facebook, by joining up on my newsletter, or by coming to one of my classes or retreats where we can really drop in, reconnect, figure out who you really want to be in the world, and empower you to live that to the fullest. Thanks for joining me on my hike. Thanks for being my inspiration and reminder for it all.